Should marijuana be legalized? Well, according to a poll from Angus Reid, 63% of Canadians think so. Even Republicans are in majority support for the first time ever. So it seems consuming cannabis is becoming a societal norm. When it comes to legalization, it's all rosy according to those like the Liberals and the Alberta NDP who support the measure. Yeah, marijuana is a taxable commodity and the industry will diversify the economy. But they also say legalization will prevent kids from using and cannabis-related arrests and prosecutions will be reduced. Business is absolutely booming in the States, where retail sales hit $6.7 billion last year alone and are projected to grow to $20.2 billion by 2021. Since retail sales began in January 2014, the government of Colorado has brought in $506 million in tax revenue by charging businesses to sell pot and slapping about 30% in taxes on every purchase. It's also projected that the marijuana industry will create 250,000 jobs in the U.S. by 2020. Governments stand to reap the rewards of legalizing pot, but there are obvious problems that come along with this legislation. The Alberta NDP's no-tolerance approach for kids means no criminal charges and a slap on the wrist for youth under 18 having up to 5 grams in their possession. For youth under 21 in Colorado, where recreational pot is allowed, possessing any amount of the drug under an ounce is classified as a petty crime. According to an investigation completed by iNews, drug violations and school suspensions in that state have increased by 45%. So much for keeping pot out of the hands of kids. What's more is that possession and consumption of marijuana will be removed from the Canadian Criminal Code once the legislation has been passed. But even though similar measures have been taken in both Washington and Colorado, increases in cannabis-related arrests have been reported. In 2013, before marijuana was legal, 47 drivers tested positive for the substance, while in 2016, that number more than doubled at 115. And a study from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety also shows that cannabis-related accidents and impaired driving incidents have increased by about 2.7% in states where recreational use is allowed. It's questionable as to whether legalizing pot will have any positive effects on the justice system at all. And about this financial windfall, Minister of Justice Kathleen Ganley has already stated that it will cost more for the Alberta government to roll out their program to legalize pot than it takes in regarding tax revenue. That's partly because the government will be in control of online sales.
We are currently projecting, so obviously you've seen the comments of my colleague, the Minister of Finance. We're currently projecting that this will cost the province considerably more than we'll take in at this time. So there isn't going to be a lot of revenue to go around.
Anindya Sen from the C.D. Howe Institute says the industry must be privatized. For one, state weed sales would cost taxpayers unnecessary millions to subsidize due to added bureaucracy. And government retail operations bring into question whether it'd be encouraging sales to bolster revenues rather than promote health. Of course, there are obvious health concerns that come along with smoking pot that cost the system. So while the government paints a pretty picture when it comes to legalizing marijuana, in actuality, there are obvious trade-offs, including anything from taxes to health and safety concerns that come along with it. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks so much for watching. Have you checked out our premium content yet? You can go to the Rebel.media/shows for our all-new lineup. Best of all, you get access to it all for just $8 a month.